Whoa, we're live. We're live. Let's bring the music down. Hello. Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to another stream. Welcome back. I can actually see chat. I've got my phone this time. Driving more trains. How dare I? Welcome, everyone. Hello. You're back for another stream. I'm almost ready to go. You're just seeing the last little bit now of me setting up the announcement system, which I believe is now ready to go. Cool. Hello, welcome. So what we're going to do then is similar to my live stream where I did a... What did I do last stream? What did I do last stream? I did the line... I did the line all the way from Amersham to Baker Street. Well, this time I'm going to do the line from Aldgate up to Amersham. It's about an 80-ish minute run, I do believe. Now that I know what the heck I'm doing. But welcome. We're off to a good start. Happy Sunday. What's changed? What's happened since my last stream? Well, I've been out and about. Personally, out and about Guy World. My PS4 is now ready for network play. I've now got that on a Ethernet. Bought a new Switch with PoE, so now I can do some funky stuff with networking and bits like that. So let's arm the cab. We're on like that. We are going to go to forward. Come on. Just like so. We are then going to go over here. And we're going to go... Not to that button. Okay, so I'm not going to bug out numbers, so therefore I'm just going to find the... I don't know if this has been set up already. Aldgate, still thinks it's an Aldgate train. So if we do SA, there it is. Just want the manual to do the setup again because I've completely forgotten. Bless me! Ooh. We can release the doors though. Because what I will do... Where is it? Here we go. So, duty number is, in this case, tell that to bugger off. Duty number might be on here. Train 442, so we're gonna go with 239. We're gonna go for 16445 as the handheld radio, and we're gonna go for 442. Oops. 442 there. We are going up to Amersham. Yep. And we're going slow from currently at Aldgate, Amersham, all stations, Metropolitan Line train to...
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Aldgate. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Amersham. The next station is Liverpool Street.
I can't move, Captain. Uh-oh. Can he move, Captain? Whack. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's just break. Plonk that back onto Tripcock. There we go. And we're away. First station stop, Liverpool Street. It's funny because I was actually in London yesterday, where I took the S7 stock. So I can now confirm if these sounds are identical or not to that of the real life trains. And I can confirm they are. They are bang on the money. There we go. Just want to be careful because we're not too far away from Liverpool Street. So the signals for us are on the right hand side. And Liverpool Street.
The next station is Liverpool Street. Change for the Central Line, TfL Rail, London Overground,
TfL Rail.
and National Rail Services.
What the fuck is going on there? Silly woman. Get off the track. You're about to kill thyself. There we go.
This is Liverpool Street.
This is Liverpool Street, next station, Moorgate.
This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Amersham. The next station is Moorgate.
Can confirm the announcements do sound like that. Although they don't say TfL Rail, it's now Elizabeth Line. Ooh. Doors closing. Let's go for it. There we go. Next station, Moorgate. Stations are closer together. Okay, bring her in. It's only 20 because of the corners.
The next station is Moorgate. Change for the Northern Line and National Rail Services.
See, I can see purple. Ah, the route was built back when the Elizabeth Line was under construction. Oh, that'll do it. Ah, fuck. But it didn't. Yeah. Let's just. For God's sake. Why aren't we moving? Now we are. Ooh,
This is Moorgate.
bloody tripcock.
This is an all-stations Metropolitan line train to Amersham. The next station is Barbican.
Yeah, signalling wise, it was fine.
The front doors will not open at the next station. Please use other doors.
It's because we still hit the tripcock, so we can't move forward. Well, we can move forward, but we can't go back. Go back into the. Go back into tripcock. Why can't we? What's going on? So bizarre. It's because of the tripcock. Let's just see. Can I? Just wondering if I can reset it now while we're out of the platform. Or is it still gonna hate the fact that I've chucked into? Yeah, it doesn't like it. It's because we still probably haven't met the 3 minutes that it expects and to go over the next signal. Which, fair enough. This is what it is. I don't think I'm in to see that. Next set of signals. Should be right here. Let's try that again. Bloody thing. Nah, still chucking us into emergency. Okay. Fine. We're just gonna have to, if we drive it the full length, just into Barbican, then we can reset it at Barbican. Oh, what a pain in the arse. So we're stuck at 10 miles an hour.
The next station is Barbican. Exit for the Museum of London.
I'd love for the
The front doors will not open
for the
at
DMI
next
to work in
station.
this.
Please use other
That would
doors.
be cool. Westbound, platform 2. So you can see there, the reason why that bit is blue is because of Crossrail. Doors.
This is Barbican. This is an all-station
Haha, finally.
Metropolitan Line train to Amersham. The next station is
Ah,
Farringdon.
we are stuck at red signal. We can see that because it's just there. We're just stuck at a red signal. We should be on the move shortly. Okay, somehow it's allowed that. That's interesting. Fine. Why don't train want to move? Is it because the doors didn't actually lock properly? That is why. Right, so we've just got to be careful. There we go, green signal. Farringdon up next. Farringdon is where I get my Thameslink trains from when I next come into London. Well, Elizabeth Line trains, I should say. Looks like we're green the whole way. Yeah, really interesting because you used to be able to do mainline stock down this way. The next station.
The next station is Farringdon. Change for National Rail Services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
So you can just see Thameslink on the other side there. And this time we have got a red signal, so we're going to obey it. Let's just go up to the end. Ooh! Not fun.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Balls up.
This is Farringdon.
They've got the screens. I mean, that's quite good, unless. But the problem is, it still says that second train, second train.
Line train to Amersham. The next station
That's
is
pretty cool.
King's Cross and Pancras.
I can't tell what's on the other side. We're green. We are green. .25 miles an hour up next. Now we're proper deep underground. London underground, London underground. Da 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 da. I did have an idea for something quite cursed. I don't know how well it will sit with you guys, but seeing what would be interesting to run from Amersham down to Harron Hill. Because I could see 717s running. I swear to God, if it's bad to me, I'm going to be so pissed. King's Cross and Pancras up next. Was literally here yesterday.
The next station is King's Cross and Pancras. Change for the Northern, Piccadilly and Victoria lines, national and international rail services. Exit for the Royal National Institute of Blind People and the British Library.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Perfect.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is
King's Cross and Pancras. This
This is an all stations Metropolitan line train to Amersham. The
Just
next
those
station
trains.
is Euston Square.
It's not a bad representation, to be fair. Again, considering the fact I was literally here yesterday, I'm not butthurt by this at all. Oh, stuck at red signal. Come on. There's a train in front of us. Wee. For fuck's sake. Yeah. Most favourite. Move to another mode. Reset. Roll back. God's sake. Why does it have to be so mean? Well, that's fine. I wonder if we've been timed out again. Wrong button. Ah, the next signal is red. Okay. I don't quite know how to proceed with that. That was weird. That was surely a bug. How weird. Right. Okay. Fine. I want to try something. This is going to be weird, what I'm about to say. We're not going to do that. We are going to do... yeah, Chesham to Harrow-on-the-Hill. Which is fine. But not with that train. As much as I love the S-Stock. Right. We are going to do something I'm going to call Cursed Trains on the Underground. Oh no, this is going to go very, very well. Right. So I thought to myself, I was having to think yesterday, I was going, right, well, what trains could I see running on the Underground? If, say, Chiltern were to go fast or anything like that. And I thought, oh, I know just what they might use. 700s. Now you're going to think, well, no they wouldn't. No they wouldn't. I think they would, in all honesty. So, what we're going to do, Harrow-on-the-Hill, we're going to go Harrow-on-the-Hill fast. We're not departing from there, we're going to depart from Amersham, that's fine. We are going to change the train out from the S-Stock. Again, this is slightly weird, slightly bonkers, but just roll with me here. What I am thinking of doing here is going to the next page. 700s. 717s on DC. I don't know. I don't know if this will be a good idea. But we're gonna try it. I don't know. I don't know, my friends. I don't know. I don't know if this will work. I have no idea if this will work or not. This is cursed. And I mean cursed. I mean, surely it would, because it's got pickup paths. I don't know. So, there is a bit of an oddity with the 717s by a good old, our good friend Armstrong Powerhouse. In that, it's basically 700 in design, but the cab is not quite right, because it's a 700 technically. So, this is going to be interesting. We got a 717. Master key on. Forward. TPWS. And AWS operational. Do we have F7? Don't think we will. Oh! We do! Baldock, Drayton Park, Finsbury Park, Gordon Hill, Hertford North, Hitchin, Huntingdon, King's Cross. Moorgate? If we run it as not in service, maybe. So we need DMIs on. This is so cursed! I love it! Oh dear, right. This won't work. Doors closing. Reset the DRA. We're away. There's something really just I mean, it's weird, but it would make sense. Right? I mean, it makes sense because you do have third rail. So it's not It's not as stupid as it looks, you know? I mean, you think, if this was to go all the way up to Amersham... do you know what? I'm not butthurt by this, you know. What's the step like? Oh, 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 oh boy. Jesus Christ. That's a bit of a step, isn't it? Ooh. Look at the step. Yeah. So, I mean... Is it actually pick... Ah, look at the shoes. So that right there is where the third rail should pick up. Is it picking up on this side? But then hold on a minute, it's picking up on this side. Huh. Huh. Top speed of these, by the way, 75 miles an hour. Why am I not against this? Oh. Oh, it would help if you guys could actually see what the hell I'm doing now. Capture gun, do that. There you go. Sorry, guys. It's just... it shouldn't be like that, if that makes sense. It's really odd, I think. We're going to skip Chorleywood. I mean, it kind of makes sense, if I'm honest with you. I mean, you've got to remember that the tunnels that these run through, the 717s, they're X-tube stock. Or X-tube lines. So this doesn't sound like a bad idea. So, we're going to skip Chorleywood. I'm not mad at this, you know. I'm really not. Fit under the tunnel, fine. That's a test we need to try. It's all the tunnels. if it can get through all the tunnels. Chiltern 717s. Yeah, and they do dual voltage. So what if you did overhead electric wires at Amersham going north? Think about that for a minute there. It's weird, don't get me wrong. And I know people aren't fans of the 717s. I totally get that. Totally get that. But if Chiltern were to replace diesel trains, right, which are nearing their end of life, in fact, they pretty much are at their end of life, it would present as a very viable option. Here comes an S-Stock. Here's an S-Stock, just for comparison. I mean, it's the same width. For crying out loud. I don't have a problem with this, you know. Like, seriously. If I had a 717 rock up on this line up to Aylesbury, I'd be okay with that. Now, obviously, what it does electronically is very different to what it can actually do. So it fit the whole length. It fits the whole length of the platform. I mean, obviously it's got to work with the signalling system as well, with LU. Let's be honest, that's out of date anyway. And it's getting a massive upgrade anyway from Celtus with the 4-line modernisation. I'm not butthurt by this. Like, think about it. They're the right length. They fit under that fine. I don't know about in real life. We're going to run fast now, all the way down to Harrow Hill. I'm so curious. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I mean, the top speed of these trains is 75 anyway. But this would present a really nice option, I feel. I've once seen a Chiltern train pick up people on the fast lane. At Moor Park, actually. We're not going to do that for obvious reasons. We're running fast. I tell you what. It would present a really interesting idea for Chiltern. What's that like? Just oh, that bridge very low, my friends, very low. Oh. But again, look at that bridge. It's fine. I'm starting to think this would make a really valid option. That's another weight trace. Get Network Rail involved. I mean, sure, don't get me wrong. A couple of the vast majority of the platforms, there would be a huge step up. But if you modified the entrance base from the 717s to platform, it would probably be fine. And I mean, to be fair, with the diesel units, there's a step up anyway. I don't... Maybe I'm just being silly. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of bridges that are low. But it's not many. And they fit the trains fine. I bet you... Actually, it does suit the line. It's got to be said. Like, you've got to remember, that what we're doing here, you know, what we're doing, you know, in a simulator is to simulate, right, what would happen if we chucked a 717, a 700 on this line. And the proof's independent, it would be fine. Should get a TPWS in a minute, because we are going to start slowing down. Well, we should get TPWS, but we probably won't because of the fact that it's on the tube network. I'm really not butthurt by this. I mean, it's cursed, if anything. For those watching, welcome on this wonderful Sunday afternoon where I'm doing something slightly cursed. And by slightly I mean this is a class 717 running on the Metropolitan line going fast to Harrow Hill. I'm not butthurt by this. And again, would this work out in the real world? Well, you've got to consider traction control. You've got to consider power. You've got to consider... what else have you got to consider? I mean, I've got to consider that red signal, which is up ahead. Oh! You've got to consider bridges. You've got to consider power delivery to the actual trains on the network. What else you got to consider? Bridge height. Okay. Sure. Platform 6. Oh, right, we're going into the main... This... oh, that's weird. Oh, no. Now that's what you call weird. Oh, that's funky. Bloody hell. It's cursed, but it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful and weird. I mean, again, you've got to remember, before you get to the end, brake. I mean, it kind of looks the part, doesn't it? You know, it doesn't look too out of place. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's, as I say, it's a 717 on the Metropolitan line. I am curious about something. Right. We are going to try something slightly more cursed. Oh, I don't like the idea of what I'm about to do. I don't like the idea of what I'm about to see because I know for a fact it will just look bizarre. Hear me out. Class 800. And this is where you go, but hold on a minute. Class 800. Metropolitan line. But there's no... but we can't do third rail. No. No, 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 my dear friends. I'm thinking diesel. But I'm thinking of 5-car diesel. Same idea. In fact, we'll do the reverse just to make it a bit different. Howland Hill. Amersham Fast. Go. I don't know how I feel about this one. And again, this just came to me as an idea. I was on the 700s today. And yesterday. So my local line. Just ran 700s back and forth. And it just made you think. Back at home, my hometown being on the Metropolitan line. Oh no. I know I said I wanted to curse, but that's... oh no. Actually, saying that, if that moved up a bit, that would be fine. DR8 reset. We're going into... where's the master key? Going into forward. Which it might... shut that up. We are going... tell that to piss off. Operational. We are... I mean, firstly the pantograph's up, so that's wrong automatically. We want that on to... I mean, really I want that on to day mode. If we go dimmed maybe. That'll do. In fact, we could even go full if we wanted to. Let me think. So... pantograph down. That's the pantograph down. We are on diesel. Just hope and pray it runs on diesel. We want doors open on this hand side. Why can't I? Okay. Why can't I open the doors? No, for goodness sake. Bear with. I want to see. Class 800. Armstrong. Powerhouse. Manual. enhancement pack. I just want to know how to open doors. Oh, do these have Aberdeen, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Beverley. No! Durham, Edinburgh, Waverley, Grantham, Harrogate, Huddersfield, Inverness, Lancaster, Leeds, Lincoln, Liverpool. Oh, no way. Peterborough, Redcar, Stevenage, Depot, not in service. So if we do not in service again, I want doors. That's what I'm after. How does one unlock the doors? Release buttons. Aha! So, we want the doors on the right hand side. It was a button I can figure out. I figured it out now. Doors closing. Oh, this is going to be so cursed, isn't it? Just remember we're not in service. So imagine this is Chiltern Railway, so they've borrowed a 800 for testing for some unknown reason. Oh, we're not going on the local lines, are we? Why does it say Harrow West northbound local? No. Don't you dare put me on the local lines. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Fuck. We are not on the local lines. We are going on the fast lines. Thank God for that. Oh, that scared me. Can you hear the diesel units going? Let's just bring it back down. This is a LNER new route. To be fair, Lumo, right? But then Lumo are an electric train company. They very much are big fans of their electric trains. Right. This is going to be the weird bit. Cause it's not like these are short trains either. These are quite long. Just bring it down, just to allow the entire train. We're away. I mean, again. Now, I hate these trains. Hate. absolutely hate these trains. And I mean like hate. I hate these trains with a burning passion. But I mean, I do like these trains with the Azuma livery. It's got to be said. And again, if you're joining this and you're going, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'm testing trains on the Metropolitan line that shouldn't belong on the Metropolitan line. For et al. A LNER Class 80800 in diesel, running between Harrow-on-the-Hill and Amersham. Now that's weird. The one downside, and I can already spot it, is the main line itself is slow. Give it all she's got, Captain! Does it start under the bridge? Oh, not by much. But again, I tell you what. Credit where credit's due. Doesn't half look good though. This is quite a low bridge actually. Would be fine. Should we stop at Moore Park just for funsies? I mean, you've got to remember, right? This train is a mainline train. It's not it's not designed to go on tube lines, right? On what TfL called the local lines, right? So it shouldn't go on those lines. But it's interesting, isn't it? So far we've seen the 7. I have a feeling that must be a class 165 going the other way, but I'm probably missing the 165s on Simrig. So here's my question. Can we stop a class 800 at Moore Park. The answer is yes, but I broke a little bit too hard there. What's the gap like? Do you know what? The gap's not bad. Oh, I say that if you look at it from the top. There's a bit of a gap. But it's not horrendous. Should point out, I do not work for Chiltern Railways. Or for Network Rail, for that matter of fact. The next part of the network could be interesting though. Say next part, just Rickmansworth in general. So, if you didn't catch my last stream, I did actually say this was my local line. So I've seen Mark III rolling stock on this line. That's nothing unusual. This, a class 800, is very unusual. I mean, that bridge would be fine. And to be fair, this isn't what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is what we're coming up to. Let's just bring it down to 25 to allow for that speed restriction. Oh, that is such a wild difference. Hitachi versus Bombardier. Bombardier. Oh, that's wild. But again, it proves the point that as stupid as this looks, it can be done. Do you know what? I'll try and stop at Rickmansworth again. Just to really prove the point. Because you have to remember, the S8 stock are 8 cars long. Ooh. Oh no. This would be a good test of OLE, to be fair. You know, switch it over. Oh. It's on the platform. It's on the platform. I've proven a point. It's, again, it's weird. And again, this is my home station, right? That's what boggles my mind. This is my home station. But yet, you know, don't worry, we've just got a random Class 800 on Platform 2. Like, what? The fact it sits on the platform and it's fine. Bar me. Right. Full run. What would I prefer them running? I think it's a question. I mean, you've got to remember, they are running 165s currently on the network. Right? So they're currently running class 165s. Diesel stock that are now, what? More than 30, or, well, 30, 40 years old now? Old trains. So what would I like to see them run? Well, I think, would I see a Class 800 running on this line? No. And I think for the pure reason that, yes, they are lovely trains, don't get me wrong, but I think because of their acceleration, because of their length, I don't think they would be a suitable choice. In all honesty. Now saying that, they have just got hold of some class, what, not 90s. I forget. That's it. Class 60s with Mark 5 trailers, right? So you might see these on this line. That makes sense to me. I don't know if I could see these running. The Class 800s, they are just a bit too odd, I guess. Not even odd, they're just too, I don't know how to describe it. Too new, too modern, too modern. But you want new trains running on the network. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if they would be a good fit for this network, is basically what I'm trying to say. Now saying that, I could be completely and utterly wrong, and I so hope I am. I don't think they are that right for this network. I think a Class 717 makes total sense. You know, and also if we think about environment factors, this is a diesel train. Right? This is a diesel train. To electrify from Harrow Hill down to Marylebone, you just put in one electrified track. Or you go overhead the electric wires. Now, if I was Network Rail, what would I do? I would do third rail. Because you're already third, fourth rail anyway between Amersham up north, Chesham, all the way down south towards, well, into London basically. Could you run class 165s? Oh, 195s even. Maybe. They look good on the curve. We are 3 miles out. Yeah, I think that's one consideration they've got to make, is if they're going to put, and this is me being honest, if anyone knows anyone at Chiltern, I'd love to share my ideas, but I think if you were going to put new trains on the line, it shouldn't be diesel. As much as I love a lovely diesel engine, I love a diesel engine, but it doesn't make sense to do diesel on a line that is already essentially electrified and ready to go. Now, saying that, would these be nice trains to have? Yeah, of course. I just don't think I would want to put big trains that are taller, by the way. They are a smidge taller than the 717s. And again, this is the thing, it's quite low. It still works. Oh shit, emergency. Oopsies! Clear the fault. Silly me. I put the emergency brake on. My fault! Good thing the 800s, it's quite a nice easy reset. So I read up ahead, oh it is as well. That must be a bug. And we've got a signal pass at danger approved, but I might actually obey the signal. So could I see the 700s running on this part of the network? Potentially. I think it would make sense if at Amersham it went to third rail. Not third rail, sorry. Went to overhead electric wire. Because it would be cheaper to install. Well, actually, would it? Question mark. And then saying that, are there stations on this network where this would be beneficial? Right? Children have already said, you know, they want to replace the Class 165s. That's an obvious, right? But it's how they do it. It's interesting. And it should spark discussion. That is fascinating. You know, both the 717s and the 800s, fine. Not even a problem on this network. It's wild. It is really wild, think about it. And again, do you consider the length of the trains? Or do you use SDA and say, yeah, actually, maybe not. You know, if we look through my catalogue of what trains I actually have here. Quick drive trains. So I just run with an 800, right? So, if we have a look. Oh, no, that's American. No, too old. Nope. American. Well, they've been scrapped. Even though my babies, and they don't have third rail. Maybe? The 444s? Maybe? Same with the 350s? Maybe? We've seen the 717s. No doubt the 700s would be fine. The 707s are with Southeastern, so that can't happen. Unless they manufactured a line that could maybe run. Who knows? I think if anything, they would probably have to use 717s if they really wanted to test that boat, but who knows. Seen the 800s. 313s are part scrapped, aren't they? So nope. American. BR156s. Yes, if existing operators offset them and don't need them for testing in the shortfall. But I don't know with the 157s, if I'm honest. Probably not. German. Nope. There's some shorter mainline 165s. That's what I was thinking of earlier. So that's what they're trying to replace. No, because that's for shunting. Too old. Nope. Scraps. Again, maybe just as an offset. No, because they've currently got those. No, they've currently got those. 170s. Maybe. 170s, 175s, maybe. No. And I tell you the reason why not for the 175s, and it's a really obvious one. The 175s at the moment are with GWR, and I saw an article today saying that one of them caught fire. So I think that's a no. Maybe the 180s. Maybe they're currently with Reaver anyway, so they'll just cross over to there. Maybe. Voyagers? Nah. Maybe. Nope. 319s? Nope. 321s? Nope. They're mostly going to scrap anyway. 323s? Maybe? Oh, wait, no, because they are OLE only. If they had, what's it? DC third rail, then maybe. So that might be hard. No. Nope. Nope. 350s might be a nice option. No, they're overhead electric wires, aren't they? Same with the 360s. So that's the thing. You would need a mix of the 350s, the 360s, and the 450s in order to have that operate. Nope. Nope. Because they're scrapped. Well, it would be lovely trains. Nope. That may be the 375s. Actually. Maybe. Or the 377s. That could work. I could see that. Some of the Capital Stars. The Cesaros again. Can't really work in the same way. 390s, no. The OLE. 395. I didn't think about the 395s. It's an option. All the rest is too old and the HSCs have been sold off, so nope. Again, we just talked about those. 442s are now part of this line anyway, so nope. 455s and 456s, nope, too old. Same with the networkers. Nope. 485, well, they were moved on a long time ago, so nope. 68s, that's what we were talking about earlier. 68s now on the Mark 5 coaches. 90s, 700s. So there's options, right? There's options for what you could have on the line. These are all German apart from 91s. All German. All American. American. HST again. Nice train, but nope. M7s and M8s, well, they're based in New York. But I don't think that would be a wise choice for over here in the UK. Mark III DVTs, well, too old now. Mark level cabs, nice at 4 if you're doing mainline work, but for what we were just playing on, it wouldn't work anyway because of the height of the bridges. You'd have extensive infrastructure work to do. So no, no, no. I think the rest are going to be no's as well. Yeah. So that's the thing you've really got to consider is what would work on the network in that scenario where you've got quite a lot of low bridges. They're designed for the S8 stock in theory with the 165s. What works for the power requirements that are on the third rail, and would you return any reused power on the fourth rail? Yeah. Right, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and it's one of those questions that Chilton will have to answer because I am not Chilton and my brain would implode. If it was me and I was looking at options and I was thinking about what would I like to see, I would say 717s, personally. I think the 717s have a nice mix of speed, commuter style service. They're slightly nicer than the S8 stock, but the seats are not quite, they're about the same. So, yeah. But for a driver, they're very lovely trains to drive. So, it's a difficult one, I think. It's a very difficult one. I think it's one you have to be really, really careful about, and one that has to be thought of in terms of the line, the route, and everything else that's on there, right? You've got to consider those. I don't know why this has turned into more of a... This is what I'd consider on the Metropolitan line. It's just something that came in my head today, and I thought, oh, this would be an interesting idea. But now, as I've been driving to, you sort of think, well, actually, that would work, but you wouldn't want that. You would want this, and then it gets very messy very, very quickly. But I think what I am going to do is call it there, because I've been streaming now for 1 hour and 36 minutes, and this is now rambling. But if you enjoyed this very cursed look, 755s on GA I just realised you could put. Are those the electric ones? The 755s? I forget. The variant of those that have the power pack in the middle. That could be interesting. Because that would be diesel. If you electrified the line later in the line, you swap out the power car. You know, it would be very, very interesting. You could do you could do the 777s. That would be a nice option. Yeah. There you go. 777s. Is it the 555s I'm thinking of? That operate for Tyne and Wear? Now quit out the game, just so we can browse the internets and figure this out. Is it the 7? So the 755s, they are, yes. So the 755s are the ones with the power pack. What about, so the 745s must be the 12 car units. Yep. 777s are the Merseyrail ones. I could see them working, you know. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Is it the 555s? Yeah, it is. On Tyne and Wear. Oh god, the fact they're in Stepford County Railway. That could be really interesting. I mean, if we look at Chiltern Railways, electrification, nope. So what they've claimed is by 2030 is to electrify their route. So they've got part of it with some new trains, and they are lovely new trains, to be fair. I say new, but they're on what's it? So if we have a quick look, with converting modern Mark 5As to replace the older carriages. Yep, we've seen that. So this is the thing, 25-year-old diesel class 168s. Yep, we've seen that. Chiltern's 35-year-old class 165 trains, which are due to begin their own £4 million refresh. So they're spending £4 million on trains that are almost 40 years old. Why not just spend the $4 million and put them towards brand new trains? I don't know, man. So stage 1, HVO, which is that slightly different oil. Primary toilet upgrades, blah 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 blah. Ticket hill, yeah, what we don't really care, let's be honest. What we do care about is this. New battery electric trains to decarbonise. See, this would make sense. I know it says 2030s, but if they swapped out to an electric train on that route, what would it look like? You know. Bletchley Hub. What is the Bletchley Hub? Colleague Hub. Don't know. Probably for colleagues there. Selfridge Junction. Mark 5A trains. Touring train at Buckinghamshire. Bristol North. But this is the thing, if you look at their network, you've got London Marlborough, line up to Aylesbury, right? But the main course of action would be then to go to London Marlborough and split off at Wembley up to High Wycombe and beyond. Because at Bicester it then swaps to Oxford over to Milton Keynes, which will soon grow even further on that line as well. And they're using 105s for that. Go up to Banbury, Stratford-upon-Avon, Leamington Spa, Selby Junction, etc, etc, etc. So you sort of got to think, what would that look like on the rest of their network, right? You've got to consider passenger data, how often people use the train on that network. It's already quite congested. So do you make adjustments for the amount of passengers that come through that network? And then you say, right, well, we know that this percentage of people are coming from here, therefore we need to increase capacity from here to here. But then surely on a weekend that capacity is going to double anyway, because it might go to London. So it's considering that. It says in here about projected housing growth. I don't think that's necessarily true, because ultimately with every product you've got that going on. The universities, I mean, that's going to change anyway, isn't it? I mean, you've got to really think about it. But I digress, because I'm rambling on about trains, planes and automobiles. So my dear friends, I'm going to do a swap to a different microphone, which sounds a little bit like this, because oh my god, that sounds better, doesn't it? I'm going to unplug that. I'm going to detach myself from there, because what I'm going to now do is do that. People, thank you for watching the ramblings. It's been a long one, an hour and 40 minutes. We talk about trains. God, if you liked what you saw, if you did, hit the follow button, join on the train action, and I'll bid you farewell and see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.